Hey there, nerds of the internet, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into the wild, wacky, and often overlooked corners of history with 10 fascinating facts that'll leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. Because, let's be real, history is way more than just names and dates in a dusty textbook. It's a tapestry woven with incredible stories, surprising twists, and bizarre events that'll make you see the world in a whole new light. So, as always, we encourage you to be curious, do your own digging, and never stop questioning the world around you. If you're ready to embark on this historical roller coaster, buckle up, hit that like button to show some love, smash that subscribe button so you never miss an upload, and get ready to have your mind blown. Alright, let's kick things off with a historical event so strange, so absurd, that you might think we're making it up. Picture this, 1932 Western Australia. Farmers face an enemy unlike any they've encountered before, a massive horde of emus. These 6-foot-tall, flightless birds with their beady eyes and uncanny ability to devour crops had declared war on agriculture. The farmers, at their wits' end, appealed to the Australian government for help, and the government responded with a tactic straight out of a Monty Python sketch. They declared war on the emus. The Australian military, armed with Lewis machine guns, was deployed to combat the feathered menace. What followed was less a war, and more a series of comical and ultimately unsuccessful skirmishes. The emus, it seemed, had won. The Great Emu War highlights a crucial point: humanity's relationship with nature is complex, and sometimes our attempts to control it backfire spectacularly. Cleopatra, the last active ruler of ancient Egypt, is often depicted as a vision of ancient beauty and power. Cleopatra lived closer to the 1969 moon landing than to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. She ruled from 51 to 30 BCE, over 2,000 years after the Great Pyramid's completion. This fact challenges our understanding of time and history. The past is a vibrant, dynamic period filled with individuals shaping the world. Fasten your seatbelts, folks, because we're about to delve into one of history's most bizarre and unexplained events, the Dancing Plague of 1518. Imagine a summer day in Strasbourg, a bustling city in what is now France. Suddenly a woman bursts into a frenzy of uncontrolled dancing in the town square. This woman, Frau Trophea, danced for days on end, her body seemingly possessed by an irresistible urge to move. Soon others joined her, caught in the throes of this inexplicable dancing mania. Within weeks, the number of dancers swelled to over 400, their bodies twisting and contorting in a grotesque spectacle that defied explanation. Theories abounded, but the dancing plague remained an enigma, a chilling reminder of the mysteries that still lurk within the annals of history. The Dancing Plague of 1518 serves as a stark reminder of the power of the mind and the fragility of human sanity. Chapter 4. Capturing the Ephemeral, the first photograph of a person. In 1838, Louis Daguerre captured the first ever photograph of a person, forever altering our relationship with time and memory. Daguerre's groundbreaking image, titled Boulevard du Temple, depicts a bustling Parisian street, a snapshot of life in 19th century France. Due to the lengthy exposure time required by early photographic processes, only stationary objects appeared with any clarity. The result is a street scene seemingly devoid of life except for one intriguing detail, a lone figure, his shoes being shined, forever etched in the annals of photographic history. This seemingly simple image marked a profound shift in human history. For the first time, we could hold a tangible representation of the past in our hands. Daguerre's photograph paved the way for the countless images that followed, each capturing a fleeting moment, preserving it from the relentless march of time. Chapter 5. Viking Women, Busting Myths and Rewriting History. Let's journey now to the icy landscapes of Scandinavia, a land of fjords, sagas, and fierce warriors known as Vikings. When we think of Vikings, our minds often conjure images of burly men with horned helmets, brandishing axes and pillaging villages. But behind those fearsome warriors stood equally formidable women, their lives far more complex and empowered than popular culture often portrays. Viking women enjoyed a surprising degree of freedom and rights compared to their counterparts in other cultures at the time. They could own property, inherit land, and even initiate divorce, a right unheard of in many societies for centuries to come. These women were entrepreneurs, traders, and skilled artisans, their contributions vital to the economic and social fabric of Viking society. Archaeological evidence suggests that some women did indeed take up arms, joining their male counterparts in raids and conquests. The stories of Viking women serve as a powerful reminder that history is never one-dimensional. Chapter 6. The Library of Alexandria, a lost legacy of knowledge. From the icy realms of Scandinavia, let's travel to the sun-drenched shores of Alexandria, Egypt, a city that in the 3rd century BC was home to one of the greatest repositories of knowledge the world had ever seen, the Library of Alexandria. This wasn't just a library, it was the intellectual heart of the ancient world, a beacon of learning that drew scholars, philosophers, and dreamers from far and wide. The Library of Alexandria housed an estimated 700,000 scrolls at its peak, encompassing works of literature, philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. The library's destruction, a gradual process that unfolded over centuries, represents one of history's greatest intellectual tragedies. Yet, even in its absence, the Library of Alexandria continues to inspire. Its legacy lives on in every library, every archive, every institution dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge and the preservation of our collective human story. Chapter 7. Napoleon, the short story that wasn't. Let's talk about Napoleon Bonaparte, the French military and political leader who rose to prominence during the French Revolution and whose legacy continues to fascinate and inspire today. Now, when you picture Napoleon, what comes to mind? A brilliant strategist, a ruthless conqueror, a man of remarkably short stature? If you answered yes to that last one, you've fallen victim to one of history's most enduring and effective propaganda campaigns. Napoleon, despite his larger-than-life reputation, wasn't actually all that short. He was about 5'6" or 5'7" depending on the source, which was perfectly average for a man of his time. During the Napoleonic Wars, British cartoonists, eager to undermine their French adversary, seized upon his height as a source of ridicule. These caricatures helped solidify the image of Napoleon as a small man with a Napoleon complex, a term still used today to describe those who overcompensate for perceived shortcomings. Napoleon's height highlights the power of propaganda and the ways in which history can be distorted to serve political agendas. Chapter 8. From the battlefields of Europe, let's transport ourselves to the sun-drenched plains of ancient Greece, a land of gods, heroes, and the birth of democracy. It's here, in the sacred city of Olympia, that we find the origins of one of the world's most enduring sporting events, the Olympic Games. The first recorded Olympic Games, held in 776 BC, were a far more humble affair. These early games were more than just athletic competitions, they were religious festivals, honoring Zeus, the king of the gods. Athletes representing various city-states came together not just to test their physical prowess, but to celebrate their shared Greek identity and to compete in a spirit of sportsmanship and fair play. The Olympic Games, in their purest form, represented the human desire for excellence, the thrill of competition, and the power of sport to transcend cultural and political boundaries. So, the next time you watch the Olympics, remember those ancient Greek athletes who gathered in Olympia over 2,000 years ago. Chapter 9. From the sun-drenched shores of ancient Greece, let's set sail for the mist-shrouded coast of North America, a land of untold promise and mystery. It's here, on Roanoke Island, off the coast of what is now North Carolina, that we encounter one of history's most enduring enigmas, the disappearance of the Roanoke colony. In 1587, over 100 English settlers led by John White arrived on Roanoke Island, eager to establish a permanent English settlement in the New World. When John White returned 3 years later, he was met with an eerie silence. The settlement was deserted. The only clue to their fate was a single word carved into a tree, Croatoan. Theories abound, but the truth remains shrouded in mystery. From the mystery-shrouded shores of Roanoke Island, let's journey back to the early days of the United States. Amidst the fervor of the War of 1812, we encounter Uncle Sam, inspired by Samuel Wilson, a meatpacker from Troy, New York. He supplied barrels of beef to American soldiers. The barrels were stamped with U.S., which soldiers joked stood for Uncle Sam. The nickname stuck, symbolizing American strength and unity. The image evolved over time, shaped by cartoonists. Uncle Sam embodies American patriotism, a testament to the power of symbols. And there you have it, folks. 10 fascinating historical facts that prove history is anything but boring. From emu warfare to Viking warrior women, from lost colonies to the surprising origins of Uncle Sam, history is chock full of surprises, reminding us that the past is a weird, wild, and endlessly fascinating place. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the annals of history, give the video a big thumbs up, share your favorite historical fun fact in the comments below, and subscribe for more mind-blowing content. And remember, as always, keep those curiosity gears turning, because history is happening all around us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating historical content.